Well, Extreme Rules has come and gone. And what exactly is the aftermath? Good. Good, actually. I enjoyed the show a lot more than I thought I would. To be completely honest with you guys, I enjoyed it more than I enjoyed Money in the Bank for a lot of reasons. But let's talk about it. What's going on, everyone? Your boy here, Apollo from Down, Down, Up, Up. What's going on, Apollo Nation? How's everybody doing in the world of YouTube today? Thank you all so much for watching. It is that time of the month once again. We have gone past the predictions. The show is over. It is time to come full circle for my results and review video. Obviously, this time it is Extreme Rules 2018, a show where it could have gone a lot worse. And yes, there were the bad parts, but there were also the good parts. And all in all, it was a show I thoroughly enjoyed. It didn't leave me disappointed and feeling like I wanted to see different results with more deserving. It just didn't hit me as bad as Money in the Bank or, Lord forbid, Backlash did. And we all remember how bad that was. Yeah, we know it was bad, but we're past it, and we're getting closer to the SummerSlam weekend, which is hopefully going to be another fun weekend. I really enjoyed last year's. Last year's was fun for so many reasons. Very unpredictable, but the show had an amazing main event, which made a lot up for the rest of the show, which I enjoyed more than others. But again, we all have our wonderful opinions. That is what makes us unique from each other. We must embrace our uniqueness. Let's talk about Extreme Rules. Now, before I go into any of the matches, yes, I have to address the fact that Kurt Angle finally called out Brock Lesnar with the announcement of, you better show up to Raw tomorrow, son, or I be stripping that championship off of you. What do you guys think? Do you think Lesnar's going to show up tonight? Maybe. And I'm more hoping so because now it looks like we're not going to see Lesnar Reigns again. I may be speaking too soon, so let's all calm down. But the match that I've been waiting for more than 10 years to see may finally be in the works. We'll discuss that when we need to. Now, obviously, we're starting with the kickoff. I missed a match. Sadly, I was not able to be informed about it before I did my predictions video, but we had the rematch for some reason between Andrade Cien Almas, wonderful, versus Sin Cara. I don't know why we needed this again, especially taking up a kickoff match. We could have easily given that to someone more deserving. For example, Samoa Joe. Where are you, Samoa Joe? Apparently him and Ty Dillinger are having an off-show feud. I'm referencing the fact that everything they've been doing has not been aired on SmackDown Live at all. It has been shown on YouTube. So, I'm just saying, let's do more with Samoa Joe. And obviously I could mention more names, but the match itself was okay. I didn't think it was as good as the one they had on SmackDown, but there were still some good spots, a few repeat spots, obviously, like that Mexican Destroyer, aka the Reverse Rana by Sin Cara. And for a brief period of time, it looked like Sin Cara was actually going to win. That was a bit scary. He had a frog splash at one point, but there was Zelina Vega to finally interfere in one of Andrade's matches. Andrade gets back in control, hits the Meteora, does not win with the Meteora this time. He instead picks up Sin Cara for the beautiful Hammerlock DDT. 1, 2, 3. No complaints, but this match, in the end, it just wasn't needed, and I can't really praise too much about it. Other than the fact that Andrade did not lose, and I really hope we don't just throw him like we've thrown so many people before. He's a fantastic wrestler. You saw him in NXT. I've seen him in NXT. We can do stuff with him. Moving on, though. We have the second match of the kickoff. That's right. Even though for some reason Andrade and Sin Cara was booked for the kickoff, they kept the tables match on the kickoff between the New Day and Sanity. That was a bit of a disappointment. I was really hoping it would be moved up to the main card now that there was Sin Cara versus Andrade Cien Almas book. But no, it was still put on the kickoff, second match on the kickoff, and sadly still just a one fall tables match, aka not an elimination tables match. But it was still good. I think both teams put in some good performances there. There was a really good spot I liked where Kofi and Woods jumped out to attack Sanity, but then Killian Dane gets back in the ring and jumps out to attack them. You guys got to remember Killian Dane, aka Big Damo, first ever WCPW champion. Let us not forget. He's quite the athletic boy. But like I said, the match went on. I don't have really too much to complain about it. I actually liked the finish. The finish was really creative, in my opinion. It could have easily been just a simple team move to end the match, like a power bomb, like for example, a Shield power bomb could have ended the match. But no, instead, Kofi Kingston looked like he was going to try to put Wolf through the table on the apron. There was a table set up outside. Wolf was biting Kofi, trying to get Kofi off. Kofi was slowly leaning back, and then from the top rope, Eric Young drops an elbow through him. Boom, Kofi goes through the table. Sanity pick up the much-needed win. SmackDown is not going too well for them right now. They've already suffered 2 tag team losses, and I really hope things pick up for them now. We'll see where it goes. With Sanity, it's not like they need to stay heel. They're Sanity. They can do whatever they want. That's the beauty of their character. So, moving on. We now start the main show of Extreme Rules, and what did we start it with? The Raw Tag Team Championships. Okay, this was a big surprise to me because there had been so much rumor and so much apparent planning heard about what to do at SummerSlam with those titles. They can still be done, aka Authors of Pain are hungry, but not apparently with Matt Hardy or Bray Wyatt, because what happened? The B Team won the Raw Tag Team Championships. It was, without a doubt, in my opinion, the best good feel moment of the show. And it just happened so suddenly. Like, the match was short. It was your usual back and forth. Once it got to it, obviously, Matt Hardy finally making a hot take to Bray Wyatt going crazy, tagging back in Matt Hardy looking for their finisher. But Curtis Axel gets back up on the apron. Bray Wyatt takes him down. Bo pushes Matt Hardy into Bray Wyatt. Out goes Bray. And then that wonderful spinning neck breaker with Matt Hardy's legs hanging off the top rope. 1, 2, 3. Bo Dallas wins his first main roster championship. And he's been on the main roster since 2014. Think about that, guys. Wow. And Curtis Axel, he wins his second tag team championship. Let us not forget, as the character Michael McGillicuddy, he had previously won the tag team championship with David Otunga in the year 2011. So, not too bad right now. I really love the fact they won. Pittsburgh was popping for them, but I'm going to talk about Pittsburgh later. I've expressed my frustration with this place in WWE before, and I will be doing it again in this video. So enjoy later on. But I can't stop talking about it. After everything they've done with the B Team, they didn't do anything at Money in the Bank like they could have. The match was canceled. Then finally it's putting things back into place. The big pop they got for making fun of Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt, but then they just kept on doing it, the same old stuff. They kept their winning streak, though, kept winning those singles matches. And what do? They actually just win the tag team championships. It felt like such a big darn deal, but WWE just should have capitalized on that sooner. I'm a bit worried also that what might happen is that Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy just win the titles back tonight, for instance. It could just be a one-night deal just for the sake of the pop. It'd be a shame, but in the end, I think we should all just be happy about it. Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel won a tag team championship this year. It feels pretty good. Even though the tag team divisions for Raw and SmackDown do not even feel close to as hot as last year. Usos, New Day, Shield, The Bar, they were killing it. But the fire has apparently gone out. A sad statement to make, but it's only so much true. But let's move on before we get that depressed. The second match on the main show, we had Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin. Not too much to say about this match. It was what I expected. I liked one simple spot, though, when Balor went for his running dropkick, but Corbin caught him with a deep six. That looked pretty nice. That was a good spot. One thing that surprised me a bit, though, Finn Balor did not win with the coup de grace. Instead, he missed, and Corbin went for the end of days. But Balor rolled through and got a roll-up win over Corbin. I'm a little bit annoyed because I'm thinking with the roll-up win, the feud's not over. I'm not too happy about that because I'd rather see Finn Balor get back into a bigger picture. But WWE, I don't think they value much of Finn Balor and the likes of made Bobby Roode too. Speaking of Bobby Roode, a reason I bring his name into this conversation, that is what I would preferably like to see Finn Balor move into. I'd like to see Bobby Roode turn heel as soon as possible, and him and Finn have a feud over the summer. I think that would be very beneficial to both of those guys, and it would work. It would just work. It would click instantly. That's one thing I'd like to see, just my own opinion there. Anyway, Finn Balor, hopefully we're past Baron Corbin. Moving on. Good stuff. Next up, and yeah, I know a lot of people had a lot to say about this. It was the Shark Cage. The SmackDown Live Women's Championship match between Carmella and Asuka with James Ellsworth in a shark cage. This was bad, but so much comedy. I don't know. I feel weird about this match because in my predictions I did pick Asuka, but when the show started I was having second thoughts about it. Simply because, yes, Big Cass broke the streak because every time there's a shark cage and someone's put in there, their guy always wins anyway. Did not happen last summer, but that doesn't mean we're going to keep doing that. No. What happened exactly? Well, it was the usual shenanigans we'd expect. Ellsworth has a bunch of items in the cage and he keeps throwing them down to Carmella. For example, a chain, spray, trying, but it wasn't working. And then what happens? Ellsworth just either breaks the lock or just has a key and escapes. And when I say escape, I mean he tried to jump down, but his leg or his clothes got caught in the cage, so he was basically hanging from it. Asuka's getting some free shots. Security even comes down and tries to fix it up. But what happens? Carmella just pushes Asuka into the shark cage. Yes, it was lowered enough so you could, like, if you get pushed, you'd be like, ooh, off cage. 1, 2, why did I do that? 1, 2, 3. Carmella pins Asuka again. Asuka is in a terrible spot, but that's what WWE does. We have our beloved NXT characters that look so strong, but once they come up, bad things can happen sooner or later. And yeah, I can't say it was great, but I did more enjoy it because I kind of saw it coming. Because what did they do? They had the B team win all the time and then win the titles. And then what did they do with Carmella? They had Carmella and Ellsworth just feeling like the victors every week on SmackDown, just leaving Asuka alone in the ring. And then they just win. So, it is what it is. I really hope Becky Lynch wins the championship at SummerSlam. I'm stating that now. Asuka, you are in a bad spot, and I really hope you can recover. We'll see what happens, guys. Moving on. We then had the United States Championship match. I didn't think it was going to be that quick. That's all I have to say. Now, what do I mean exactly? Well, Jeff Hardy and Shinsuke Nakamura, United States Championship match. What happens? The referee is taking the title to hand to the timekeeper or said person to hold the title. Nakamura gets a low blow in before the match even starts. And apparently the ref didn't see it. He didn't care. Jeff Hardy said, ring the bell. Ken Sasha, 1, 2, 3. It was at least 5 or 6 seconds. Shinsuke Nakamura is the new United States champion. I can't mark out too much of this, though, simply because he didn't win the WWE title. And it was a really bad road for him throughout that time. So seeing him win this title, it's a great thing, but it's very expected. And I'm really glad they just didn't surprise us in any way, except the match time. So Shinsuke Nakamura wins his first main roster championship. That was a really good feel moment. And then it got weird. Why? Well, we were all thinking somebody might return on this show. It felt like it was a good time for it. Maybe Jason Jordan or Dean Ambrose. There's lots of rumors and whatnot, especially with Hulk Hogan being reinstated into the Hall of Fame. Haha. Or other. But who came back? And after this match? Randy Orton. That's right, Randy Orton, who it literally felt like he's been only gone a day or two. I know after the match with Jeff Hardy at Backlash, Orton needed to go have some kind of surgery done. And then what happens? He just comes back. It was only at least a 2-month wait, I think, and it felt really short. That's because it was really short. And what does he do, though? He doesn't hit Nakamura. He attacks Jeff Hardy, not with an RKO. He kicks him in the groin. I had nothing to say at that time of what's going on. I don't know what they're moving in for this. I know one thing, though. It seems like this year has been all about the United States title picture with Randy Orton, which is interesting. So what does he do now? He attacks a face that, in my opinion, really needs some time off. He walks away. So what does this mean? Does this mean Randy Orton's turned heel again? Is he just sending a message to Nakamura that you are not the only one who can kick people in the nuts or just attack the groin in general? I don't know. But I like it more than I hate it because it makes me want to see what's going to happen next. But one thing I'm not pleased about that was announced on the show is that apparently there's the